Welcome to the Jason Coleman Show. It's going to be a great day of music together from our living room to wherever you're watching right now, because in today's episode, I'm bringing that slip note piano style of my granddad Floyd Cramer to a lineup of songs made famous by some of the greatest country groups of all time. I'll be making my way through country music history from its early days nearly a century ago all the way through to the present, and we're going to be shining the spotlight on the songs that have been etched into our hearts and minds by a few of country music's greatest groups of all time. Now, we kicked things off today with All the Gold in California, a #1 country hit in 1979 for Larry Gatlin and the Gatlin Brothers Band. And they're still going strong, of course. Larry hosts the Opry Country Classics show, which I just had the honor recently of playing. It was such an incredible night. Got to catch up with Larry that night, in fact. But up next now, another great country group. We're going to hop back 1 year earlier than All the Gold in California to 1978 to another #1 country hit by another group like the Gatlins, who are known for their gospel roots, the Statler Brothers. Now, two of the guys in this group were brothers, Don and Harold Reed, but the Statlers also included Phil Bosley and Lou DeWitt, who was later replaced by Jimmy Fortune. So we at least had two brothers in the group, the Statler Brothers, but you'll notice that none of them were named Statler. So how did they choose that name? Believe it or not, they named themselves after a box of Statler tissues that they saw in their hotel room. So they've joked through the years that they could have just as easily named themselves the Kleenex Brothers if they weren't careful. Regardless, the Tissue Brothers made quite a career for themselves, leading to numerous CMA Awards, ACM Awards, Grammy Awards, and inductions into the country music and gospel halls of fame. I'll play for you now the Statler Brothers' first #1 hit, Do You Know You Are My Sunshine? Song of the South, written by Bob McDill, who was just inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame this year, and made most famous in 1988 by Alabama, of course, one of country's greatest groups, which is our theme today here on The Jason Coleman Show. In fact, we're talking about great groups. Just by the numbers, Alabama is country music's most successful band of all time, with more than 41 number one records, more than 75 million records sold, and more awards than any country group in history, including induction into the Country Music Hall of Fame, of course. Now, we could spend a lot of time today on Alabama, but we got a lot more groups to get to, so let's move on to our next great country group with a piano tribute here. Our next group has been one of the biggest country acts in recent history, since the turn of the century, really. And this next song I'll play for you won a Grammy in 2006 and is one of the most recognizable songs of the 2000s. Not just in country music, but really for a while you heard this song everywhere. And rightly so, because it's a song that speaks to a lot of people in a lot of different ways, because we can all look back sometimes at the broken roads that God uses to bring certain people or certain circumstances into our lives in just the right time. So I'll play for you now this great song, Bless the Broken Road, my piano tribute to Rascal Flatts. You're watching the Jason Coleman Show. Thank y'all for tuning in today. You enjoying these songs so far? Because I sure am. Y'all make sure to say hello there in the comments and click that like button and share the video too. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel right there. And if you're watching on Facebook, make sure to click that follow button to follow my Facebook page. And in fact, also on Facebook, you can join our free Facebook group called Friends of the Jason Coleman Show. This group's open to anybody, and it's a great way to make sure that my posts show up on your Facebook feed as you scroll through, not just the Sunday shows, but also all of my posts throughout the week as well. As most of y'all who are on Facebook know, Facebook has a mind of its own sometimes as to what it shows you and what it doesn't show you there as you scroll through. But if you're following my Facebook page, Jason Coleman with the little blue check by it, and if you're a part of our Friends of the Jason Coleman Show group, it'll help ensure that you don't miss a thing that I post all week long. All right, we still got a lot of great country groups to cover in today's episode of the Jason Coleman Show, so let's keep it rolling here. Up next, we're going to highlight what you would call a country supergroup from the 80s and 90s. And we call it that because these four members of the group were all already country superstars on their own. All four were well on their way to becoming members of the Country Music Hall of Fame in the future, but they teamed up for a series of historic albums together, and they toured together. They even starred in a movie together, Stagecoach, in 1986. And they named themselves after the song I'm about to play for you here on the piano. The song was written by Jimmy Webb and taken to #1 in 1985 by Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson, Johnny Cash, and Merle Haggard, the Highwaymen. Your favorite songs from The Jason Coleman Show are now available on CD. First, the timeless music of Glenn Campbell. The smooth sounds of the Carpenters. And the smash hits of Roy Orbison. Plus a concert of Christmas hymns from the heart. And The Young Years, a concert from my granddad Floyd Cramer's childhood piano. These 5 new CDs join my other live from the Jason Coleman Show releases, including Hymns from the Heart, and the Country Gold 3-CD anthology. These Live from the Jason Coleman Show CDs are on sale now. You can buy them individually or get them in special bundles at a discount. Order online at jasonmusicstore.com or call 833-633-8885 to order over the phone. So if you're a fan of our Sunday shows, now you can enjoy all these great songs on CD, live from the Jason Coleman Show. Order yours today. Need You Now, released in 2009 by Lady A, known then as Lady Antebellum, made up of Hillary Scott, Charles Kelly, and Dave Haywood, one of country's greatest groups of today. And Need You Now, by the way, is one of the biggest selling country songs in history. It won Song of the Year at the Grammys across all music, not just Country Song of the Year, but Song of the Year at the Grammys that year. And Lady A have won who knows how many Grammys, CMAs, ACMs through the year. And Need You Now also crossed over to the Billboard Hot 100 and peaked at number 2 on the pop chart. Coincidentally, the same as Floyd Cramer's Last Date, peaked at number 2 on the pop charts almost exactly 50 years earlier. Pretty cool. And speaking of years past and Floyd Cramer, in fact, if Lady A is one of today's greatest groups in country music, let's go back now to visit another trio. This one, though, from the early years of country, in particular the early years of the Nashville sound. You could hear my granddad's piano on many of their records, including the song I'll play for you now. This is the Three Bells in memory of Country Music Hall of Famers Jim Ed, Maxine, and Bonnie, the Browns. We've got one more great country group to cover in today's episode of the Jason Coleman Show, and I know that there are a lot that we've not gotten to today, of course, but I will say in particular, I'm saving some of the great country duos of all time for a future episode, like Brooks and Dunn, the Judds, the Everly Brothers, and many more. So you can look forward to that a little further down the line. But for today, let's honor one more of country's greatest groups. Now, if you're a fan of our show and you've been watching for any length of time, you will know there is a group that it would be blasphemy for us not to mention today. They are Country Music Hall of Famers. They've been country mainstays for more than 50 years, and their biggest fan happens to live under this roof. Now, for a while, a couple of years ago, when Avery was just 4 years old, we listened to this group non-stop, on repeat, all day long, every day. And that's wonderful, but that's eased up just a bit over the past 2 years as we have diversified our musical taste, of course. But there is one song by this group that has persisted as really the all-time favorite song of this certain 6.5-year-old now. And so, to honor one of country's greatest groups, the Oak Ridge Boys, please welcome Avery Cramer Coleman. Avery Cramer Coleman, take a bow. Wow, what do you want to say to our friends, the Oak Ridge Boys?
I love you, Oak Ridge Boys.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Avery. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. This has been episode number 103 of The Jason Coleman Show. We certainly hope everybody's had a wonderful Thanksgiving full of family and full of food, and hopefully today has filled up your holiday weekend with some music and some memories as well. Now, as we march into the Christmas season, hard to believe, but it is here, and we look ahead to the new year coming up very soon, we're thankful to have so many of you alongside us for this musical journey we've been on now for, going on 4 years. Speaking of Christmas, we have a few Sundays of Christmas music coming up here on our show for you to watch on Sunday afternoon, so stay tuned for that in the Sundays to come. And if you're looking for great Christmas presents, of course, you can give the gift of music to your loved ones or to yourself. Visit jasonmusicstore.com to see all of the more than 20 CDs that I've got available, including, I got them right here, 5 new releases this fall. Look at that. Quite the lineup right there for you. If you want some Christmas music, by the way, to fill your homes, I've got my first Christmas album, Merry Little Christmas. I have a great duo album with my friend Megan Taylor called The Tennessee Christmas. And then here's the brand new one, Christmas Hymns from the Heart. live from the Jason Coleman Show, our Christmas special from last year. It's all solo piano, sacred Christmas songs. Now, there are too many of these CDs, to get to name all of them today, but you can check out all the music for yourself at jasonmusicstore.com. You can order online right there as well, and they'll ship to you pronto. Or you can call our toll-free phone order line at 833-633-8885 if you want to order over the phone, if you need some help deciding what to get and what to pick out. So check out all the CDs for yourself or for others for Christmas. Hey, and also don't forget that another gift you can ask for or you can give yourself is to join our supporter family. And it's a double whammy, by the way. It's a good Christmas gift for you, but it's a Christmas gift for our family as well to be a part of what we're doing here. The Jason Coleman Show is only made possible and made free for everyone because of our supporters. So if you're a fan of our show, we'd love for you to make your support official by joining our supporter family. Membership starts at just $5 a month, and it's the best way to help us keep this music coming week in and week out into the new year and beyond. And we love giving our supporters lots of extra bonuses as well, lots of behind-the-scenes family updates, and our once-a-month supporter night live stream concerts that are just for our supporters. Now, we're in the middle of our fall supporter drive looking for 100 new supporters in 100 days. Now, since our last update, we have crossed the halfway point. We've made it to 53 new supporters here this fall, and we want to thank Dustin, Charlotte, Joanne, Bob, Joy, Sharon, Becky, and Sarah for coming on board here just in the past week. So 53 down, that means we have 47 to go in order to reach our goal of 100 new supporters by Christmas. I gotta ask, are you one of these 47? Sign up right now at jasoncolemanmusic.com/join, or you can call our number 833-633-8885 to sign up over the phone. And when you do, as part of our supporter drive, we're sending you this new CD as a free gift for signing up. Let me get it out of the stack here. It's called The Young Years. It's a concert from my granddad Floyd Cramer's childhood piano, and it's your gift free for signing up as a new supporter here this fall. So sign up today, get that free CD, and also sign up and you can join us for our next supporter night coming up on December 5th right here from our living room. And most importantly, when you sign up, you are showing your support for our homegrown family music endeavor here, and you're helping launch us into what's going to be our 5th year of shows coming up very soon. You really do make our music possible. Thank you again for all the ways you love and support our show and our family. We send all the love right back to you. And we'll close our episode today by honoring both my granddad Floyd Cramer and by honoring one of country's greatest groups who laid the foundation for country music nearly a century ago, the Carter family.